Special thanks to Morgan Ryan Art for the key visuals that you have seen in the thumbnail and in this video. You can go ahead and find more of their work over on Instagram, Blue Sky, and more. Links in the description down below. Now to the video. Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Tribuchan here, and today we are going to be taking a look at MNOG Makuta. This is the latest incarnation, first time I'm doing a MNOG Makuta proper. Now, the issue when it comes to MNOG Makuta is, well, his lacking. For he is nothing. He is the antithesis of the void. So how do you reflect that as a set? Do you just have a bundle of pieces? Or would LEGO do something even more extreme when it comes to this character? Now, this is the first remote controlled Bionicle that I've made, but not only that, the first one with a built-in differential, which means he's able to change into different gears. Now, I'm starting off from the smallest forms that he can manifest, that being when he was first appeared in the MNOG game, that being in his Tahunga form, capable of throwing 2 discs. Though he clearly has like fist in the animation, but I thought fingers would be more appropriate and also a bit weird. So starting off, before we get into articulation and functions, let's figure out how tall this version actually is. So MNOG Makuta stands roughly about 2 3/4 of an inch tall, centimeter measurement up in the corner. And yes, I am wearing gloves because my hands are in terrible condition right now and it won't be as pleasing to the eyes. So please show some digression when it comes to the quality that I am presenting here. So basic articulation here in the legs, arms can also articulate, and the head also articulates. And I thought it would be interesting to connect the head in this mannerism with Technic elements, but also to imitate Takua's backpack from MNOG. Because if everything came from Makuta, it would stand to reason that even some characteristics from the Chronicler were originally from this devilish fellow himself. Now for the next variation, which requires segments that are from one of his other forms. So you grab the 2 arms here that just manifest, you take the head off, and then before you know it, he is a swirling pool of parts. He becomes the swirling pool of parts. Loosely, because they were all loose, so they just stand loosely, like so. But of course, it's if you do decide to build this guy, it's your toy. Do with it as you wish. But again, he has another form as well. So first, let's introduce him to this amalgamous monstrosity here. Now, this is still Makuta. This is Makuta. This is Makuta. It is all Makuta. Even the orientation of the fingers matches that of the hands over here. And let me angle that up. So the hands match the Matoran form. So that's why this hand is upside down, to imitate that. It's still Makuta. So it has 2 extending and retracting arms. They imitate the Muaka function as well as the Terrakava function a little bit, followed by, of course, the Manus crabs. So every different aspect kind of crammed into one with the reaching and grabbing. So think of it this way, he has 2 shadow hands. He actually has 2 shadow hands in the MNOG form, and because there's a swirling mass of parts, I thought it would be fitting to incorporate some spinning mechanisms. Now this spins loosely. Now if you look very closely, you probably may have noticed the choice of adding two things on the top here, as well as the color blocking with the Mana's torso. And you just simply attach these two things on, and now he is integrated to his body. So he can ride himself, which is a weird thing, but you know, it's something that he can do, and there's no right way or improper way. So you can even have him in this configuration as well, if that seems more natural, with the two spinning things and the shadow hands reaching to the back. But I prefer when he is integrated to more of his mass in this configuration. Now, naturally, of course, it still works the same as any other Manas. You have a Mata head that you can turn to change the channels, which means when he's in this form, he can command other Manas. So if you match the channel to whatever channel you want him to be in, let's say channel 2, and you have all the other Manas on channel 2, you can actually or just all in general, you can control MNOG Makuta. Now, he can control his arms pretty well, and I noticed something was popping off here. It must have got loosened from filming, because... oh my goodness. Please. There we go. There we go. So, still operates the same. So you can control that arm, and you can control this arm. So he can use both, and the momentum moves the creature. So if you put two forward, it will kind of do it forward motion, or you can, of course, try to have him shift around. He operates on vibrations, and the vibrations can do a lot of things, as you can clearly see. But yeah, and you see the differential working over here just fine. And to access the batteries is very simple. You can even either use Makuta to access the batteries if you so wanted to, as you can clearly see. Or you can just use it with your hands, and then it's easy access. That was one of the most important things, because if you ever have a Manus, you will know the battery life does not last long with these. Now he does have another form as well, because we are not done yet. So you've seen him in his shadow configuration, which, by the way, let's actually do a measurement over here. So his third form, let's call this the third form, because we've seen two forms already. His third form, to the top of his head, is, I would say, 7 and 7/8 inch tall, and the centimeter measurement will be up in the corner. All right, and so let's take him off over here, put this to the side, and we take the head off. And this is going to be very important for what we're going to be doing next. Now we bring in the other body, which currently right now is lacking arms, and the arms are simply axle connections. They just slide in very easy and very smoothly, as you can see. And let's get a closer look so that you can see that all nice and dandy. And let's get that in focus here. And then that will go just like that. And then for the head, that will go right in there. And before you know it, you have yourself a MNOG Makuta. So, again, the hands are not flipped in this one because he has upgraded, he has ascended, he is becoming more of himself. He's becoming more powerful to manifest a body that's strong and powerful enough. And it's kind of like the official set we would eventually get in 03 with the feet, but it's designed completely differently. Now, before we get into articulations and functions, let's figure out how tall this version, version 4 of MNOG Makuta actually is. So, MNOG Makuta stands roughly to the top of his hose bit, about 9.25 inches tall, centimeter measurement up in the corner, and to the top of his head, that would be about 7.5 inches tall, centimeter measurement up in the corner. But yeah, so articulation-wise, the feet, he does have a little bit of sway, but not much. He does have ankle tilts and hip tilts and knee bends. But this is built to imitate something that you would see in 2001, even down to these elements here, which would be the last time they would appear in 2001. And so for the arms, got a ball joint over here, and hardly much of anything else. He's very much a brick. But his head does swivel back and forth. Now, for the features, his neck extends and retracts because in one of the scenes when he was becoming a swirling mass, his head rose above the mass in a swirl of tendrils, and this imitates the swirl of tendrils. So as he walks, the neck extends and then retracts, extends and retracts very gradually. And he shuffles as he walks, kind of like a walking pile of mass, just lumbering towards you with great menace and terror. Now to connect MNOG Makuta to the rest of his body, there is, and let's get up in close and personal here. There is a universal joint here, and it goes into the axle right in there. And these two go on either side in the axle ports on either side of the frame. So that connects just like so. That connects just like so, and I kind of untapped it, so let me go ahead and just do that real quick. There we go. Focus! And then we go ahead, gently raise this up. And connect it up here. There we go, just like so. So, controls. This is first gear. This is also first gear. And if you press both of them at the same time, he engages into second gear. These two, the ones in the front, are neutral, which means his arms will be moving, his shadow hands will be moving and lunging, but while he's controlling other entities, he will remain stationary. His body will not move, only the backside where all the shadow hands are will move. So to demonstrate, let me go ahead and press the button. There we go. So first first gear. And as you can see, he's moving pretty steadily. And if I hold this, the other arm moves and it's still in first gear. And again, same pace. If I press both of these, he'll be in neutral. Now comes the wielding. He can go into second gear, which means he's in full assault and is running at people. So we're going to go ahead and do that by pressing these two buttons. And first gear, second gear. So yes, he is sprinting. And to get another angle here, I'll show you what the first gear looks like. And then when you get him in second gear, he moves this fast. As you can clearly see. And for the side view, I'll show you first gear again, so you get a rough idea. And I'll have this as a frame of reference. So you got a good frame of reference. So first gear. And now, second gear. So yeah, he's running, and he could go faster, yes. The body is built for torque, and if you may have noticed, the neck was also shifting. So let's get a good angle of the neck here so that you can see how it moves while he's sprinting, because I'm going to have to put it in second gear so that you guys can get a better look at his neck as he is running. So let's go ahead, get a good zoom in here. Let's see if I can be a good camera gal and get this working. And there we go. I don't know how some people are able to do this one hand and control a camera at the same time, but there you go. I hope that was pretty good. I'm sorry. I am just one person doing camera work and remote controlling this thing at the same time. Now, as you probably noticed, he does not, in fact, turn. He goes one way or the other. I tried to design it in a way where he can turn, but that isn't possible considering his layout and how he's actually put together. But yeah, that is MNOG Makuta. And I think he turned out pretty well, all things considered. Now, let's go into size comparisons. Here they are compared to good guy, the Chaz of Chaz. He will be your hero. Whoop! Here he is with bad guy, and he will kill your hero. Whoop! Here they are compared to a Mata build. So you get a good size comparison there. See how big they actually are. Again, from a front profile, not much taller than a Mata. But considering how powerful this guy is, I mean, I think it tracks. He's trying to imitate a Mata build in a way. Whoop! Here they are compared to a Tahunga build, so you get a size comparison of a Tahunga build. Here they are compared to a Blockies, because Blockies is popular now. Whoop! And in case, if you ever bought any of my packaging, here, there he is, compared to a Talus Polybag, because it has the number 15 on it. So you got a size comparison there. Available now at ascendingdepths.etsy.com. What a plugin. But yeah, so that is MNOG Makuta. Get his body over here. But like, side profiling is immense. He has 2 shadow hands, 2 swirling masses, can change forms at will, and is a pretty big, substantial figure. I do like it. I think it's a very fun figure. Has a lot of display. I'm gonna probably have to fix like how things are connected when it comes to Lego, especially when it comes to including moving gears and stuff like that, such as a differential, and going from first to second gear. But yeah, if you like this video, why not give it a like? And if you want to see more builds like this, be sure to get to subscribe. Again, I'm aiming for higher quality videos, so I do hope you really enjoyed this one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys! Also, check out ascendingdepthsmedia.com. Link in the description down below. If you want to get a Talus or a Variki or any other Ascending Depths set, be sure to go to ascendingdepths.etsy.com. Highly recommend. You'll love it. Anyways, bye!